At the very end of our conversation with Toby Keith's 3 kids, Stelen, Shelley, and Krystal, they said something that I think sums up where they're at in the grieving process.
One at a time. One bit at a time is what we're trying to do right now.
Can you blame them? It's been 6 months since Toby Keith died after a 2-year battle with cancer. The news just sucked all the air out of the room, and emotions were still pretty raw during a taping for Toby Keith, American Icon, an all-star TV special set to air on NBC on August 28th. Krystal actually performed during this event, and when you find out which song she sang, I think your jaw is gonna drop. I may actually even include a little snippet of that performance at the end of this video. Here you'll also find a really charming, kind of behind-the-scenes family memory of Toby that you can imagine these 3 rolled their eyes at the time. We also asked about Mom and the Country Music Hall of Fame and just, how the heck are you doing? In fact, let's start right there.
It's pretty much a day-by-day thing. Yeah, like, emotions just, you can't ever predict them. It's like you might wake up one morning and just be a wreck. You might wake up one morning and be okay, but it's definitely just day by day.
In case you need an intro, that's Stelen on the left, oldest daughter Shelley in the middle, and Krystal on the right. Toby's wife Trisha attended this event, and I can tell you that the tears were flowing pretty freely throughout. It was just good to see them representing so well on the red carpet.
You just survive, I don't think you lose someone that's so great and so important in your life. You don't get over it. You just have to get through it, which means it's always there, and Dad's always with us, and that's what I remind myself. Dad's not gone, Dad's here, You just learn how to live differently, I think. So I think that's what we're doing.
Here's a full list of performers for the night. Carrie Underwood was definitely a highlight, but Ashley McBride was really good too. A large chunk of the proceeds for the night went to Toby Keith's OK Kids Corral Foundation, which has helped families with a child battling cancer for well over a decade. It's a really great charity, and I dropped a link to find out more information and donate below. The question I wanted to know was, what would Toby think of all of this? He kind of kept to himself in some senses, but he also loved the spotlight.
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. The corral benefit, he'd obviously love. That's a big piece of his legacy that he left behind, and everyone getting together to celebrate him. He probably wouldn't love. He would think it was just, like you said, a big fuss.
I think Toby probably looked down and got a little jealous. I mean, he loved songwriting, but he also loved entertaining.
It didn't matter if it was a big crowd or a big stage. Yeah. He would get on any stage that had a live mic on it, and we lived that our whole lives. And if we were ever at a bar that had a piano playing with a microphone, he was exactly Jeff Ruby Steakhouse here. There were thousands of nights where he would just hop on stage wherever we were and give a show to 100 people in a restaurant or wherever we were. How grand the stage might have, it probably wouldn't have changed anything in his mind, but you're right, he absolutely loved performing almost as much as he loved songwriting.
Man, that really brings back memories, doesn't it? Krystal says that in a weird kind of way, all the fan support has made grieving easier and harder. On a good day, a fan may come up and share their condolences and they'll just go spinning. On a bad day, fans are exactly what they need. We first saw Stelen just days after it was announced that Toby would become a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. He bravely took to the stage to accept the honor and offered a few short words.
It was just, everything was so fresh, and that was a hard event. We haven't really talked about what that's going to look like yet, but we'll definitely all be there.
Kind of one at a time. One bit at a time is what we're trying to do right now.
I'm really grateful for their honesty and thankful for you if you're one of the thousands of subscribers who've trusted us to cover Toby Keith's life and death tastefully. All the details about the TV show are in the description section below. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to spoil this, but I will. For Krystal, Stelen, and Shelley, the good days haven't outnumbered the bad, they say, but they are beginning to level out.
Honestly, we're trying to do what he would want us to do. He would not want us to sit at home and cry. He would want us to live life, and he would want us to continue his legacies and continue the work he did at the foundation. So that's the role that we have as his children and the duty that he gave us. And so I think we're just trying to move forward doing that as best we can.
I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.